old woman, touched by Temi's gesture, started to pray for her. You will grow to be a successful woman. You will marry a rich husband who will treat you like a queen. You will make your parents proud. But as for your two friends over there who were laughing at me, if they do not change their ways, they will be begging you for money and food in the future. The whispering palms of Badagry. In the heart of Badagry, a town full of stories from the past, lived a young girl named Adanna. She loved to sit under the whispering palms, listening to the stories the wind carried. One day, as the sun set and the air filled with whispers, Adanna closed her eyes. She felt like she was taken back in time to the days of Badagry's history. When she opened her eyes, she was no longer Adanna, but a girl named Temi, known for weaving beautiful hairstyles. Adanna as Temi was a character who had a special skill. She was excellent at braiding hair. Temi was an obedient girl at home, waking up early every day to complete her household chores before starting her day of braiding people's hair. This skill began when she was just 8 years old, learning the art of hair braiding, humility, and hard work from watching her mother. People in the community loved Temi not only for her exceptional braiding skills, but also for her good character. Temi's two friends, Ade and Yemi, were quite the opposite, lazy and disrespectful to people and elders. Sometimes, people wondered how Temi's parents allowed her to be friends with them. It was often said that bad company corrupts good manners. Yemi and Ade's parents, however, had a different perspective. They pleaded with Temi's parents to allow their children to be friends with Temi. They believed that Temi's influence could positively impact their children's characters. Everywhere they went, Temi was the center of attention. People praised her and gave her gifts, encouraging Yemi and Ade to learn from her hardworking and good-natured ways. As time passed, envy and jealousy crept into the minds of Ade and Yemi. They became resentful of Temi's popularity and began plotting to sell her to slave traders. The once close friendship took a dark turn as they let greed and jealousy guide their actions, forgetting the valuable lessons of humility and hard work that Temi had learned from her mother. It was a sunny afternoon when Temi, Ade, and Yemi were returning from fetching water for their homes. As they walked, they encountered an old woman struggling to carry her bags from the market. Yemi and Ade started making fun of the old woman, laughing at her slow pace and the effort it took to carry her load. Temi, however, scolded them, reminding them that her mother taught her to respect and honor old age. She explained that it was important to help the elderly because they were once young and strong, and one day the young ones would grow old, and hoped for respect and assistance from younger ones too. Despite Temi's wise words, Ade dismissed her, accusing her of always trying to show off as a good girl. On the third, Temi approached the old woman and offered to help. "Good afternoon, Mama," Temi said kindly. "I can see you are tired. Let me help you with your bag. Is your house nearby?" The old woman, grateful for the assistance, replied, "Thank you, my daughter. Thank you for coming to help a tired old woman. Yes, my house is nearby. I will help carry your bag to your house," Temi kindly offered. The old woman, touched by Temi's gesture, started to pray for her. "You will grow to be a successful woman. You will marry a rich husband who will treat you like a queen. You will make your parents proud. But as for your two friends over there who were laughing at me, if they do not change their ways, they will be begging you for money and food in the future." Temi gently led the old woman towards her house, while Ade and Yemi were angered by the old woman's words. Ade asked Yemi if she heard the prayer, and Yemi confirmed, mentioning the part about them begging Temi for money and food in the future. Ade, fueled by jealousy, declared that he would never beg Temi for anything. Tired of being overshadowed by Temi's praises, he pondered how to stop Temi from shining more than them. Yemi, sharing Ade's jealousy, suggested selling Temi to slave traders as a solution. Ade, in agreement, thought it was a good idea to bring an end to Temi's popularity and success. Little did they realize the dark path they were about to take, driven by envy and a desire to bring down their once close friend, was a wicked plan. Temi reached the old woman's house and graciously refused the money the old woman offered to her, explaining that her parents taught her never to accept payment for helping people. The old woman, moved by Temi's kindness, prayed for her, expressing wishes for blessings and protection from God throughout her life. Temi left the old woman's house with a heart full of gratitude. As she walked back to where she left her friends, Yemi and Ade, Temi discovered that they had left without waiting for her. "They left without waiting for me to come back?" Temi said aloud, a sense of disappointment in her voice. Despite the hurt of being abandoned by her friends, she walked home with a mix of emotions. She felt happy that she had helped the old woman, even though her friends had chosen to leave her behind. Temi carried the warmth of the old woman's prayers and the satisfaction of having done a good deed. There was an old chief in the town rumored to be involved in slave trade. Parents often used Chief Olu as a threat to discipline their stubborn children. The mere mention of Chief Olu's name would make children promise to behave well out of fear. One morning, Ade decided to approach Chief Olu. After greeting Chief Olu, Ade boldly told him that he wanted Chief Olu to sell Temi for him and his friend Yemi. Chief Olu, curious, asked Ade who he was, and Ade introduced himself as the son of Osibanjo. Chief Olu inquired about Temi, and Ade explained that she was a friend who seemed to shine more brightly than him, Ade, and their friend Yemi. Chief Olu also wanted to know who Yemi was, and Ade replied that Yemi was a friend of his and also a friend of Temi. Chief Olu took a moment to think, then instructed Ade to meet him the next day. He told Ade to bring Yemi along so that they could discuss the details of how they would go about selling Temi. Happily, Ade went to inform Yemi that soon they would be rid of Temi, and all the attention would then fall on Ade and Yemi. The sinister plan to sell their once close friend was set in motion. The next day, at the same hour Ade had met Chief Olu the previous day, Ade and Yemi walked happily towards Chief Olu's house. They sang joyfully, convinced that soon Temi, the good girl, would be sold into slavery, and Ade and Yemi would be the ones receiving praises and blessings from people in the village. In their misguided belief, they thought Temi was an obstacle to people recognizing their importance. Upon reaching there, they saw Chief Olu waiting for them alongside 5 heavily armed warriors from the palace of Akran, the head of Badagry kingdom. "Arrest them," Chief Olu commanded. "Run!" Ade screamed at Yemi, but the warriors, like lightning, swiftly pounced on them. Bundling Ade and Yemi, they went to the palace of the head of Badagry kingdom. Temi was finishing up weaving a woman's hair in her father's compound when a warrior from the palace of Akran, the head of Badagry, hurriedly entered. "Greetings," the warrior said. "I am from the palace, and Temi is needed there right now. Either of her parents can come with her." Concerned, Temi's mother asked, "What is the problem?" The warrior reassured her, "There's no problem. There's something she needs to see." Don't worry, Temi's mother dismissed the woman Temi was braiding her hair and quickly locked the house. They followed the warrior to the palace. Upon arriving at the palace, they were surprised to see Yemi and Ade. Temi was confused, wondering what was going on. Akran, the head of Badagry, asked Temi if she knew Yemi and Ade, and Temi replied that they were her friends. The head of Badagry chuckled and explained that Ade and Yemi had approached Chief Olu to help them sell Temi because people liked Temi more than they liked them. The head warned Temi to be careful about whom she called friends and instructed her to go home with her mother. The head of Badagry ordered that Yemi and Ade would be punished for their wicked thoughts and actions. They were to sweep the town hall every day for 1 year under the supervision of Chief Olu, and to spend the 1 year in a special room where ghosts appeared to torment stubborn children. Ade and Yemi started crying, overwhelmed with regret for their malicious thoughts towards Temi. The consequences of their envy-driven plot unfolded before them, a lesson learned at the cost of their once close friendship. Ade and Yemi's parents, who had rushed to the palace, were sad to see their children being taken away to be locked in the room where ghosts torment stubborn children, and they said Yemi and Ade brought shame to their families. Yemi and Ade were put inside the room, which was dark, and as the door was locked behind them, they heard a voice in the darkness say, "Bad children, welcome to where ghosts like me will discipline you." Yemi and Ade started screaming and banging on the door that they should be removed from the room, but it was too late. They were already serving their punishment for their wicked acts. The ghost started to laugh, and the way it laughed made Yemi and Ade scream more, terrified. Amara came out from her trance and looked around her. She discovered she had been taken back to the Badagry of old days, and also that she was shown that slavery was not a good thing. The palms were dancing in the wind, as if whispering to her and everyone that came to Badagry that slavery should remain abolished because it led people to want to do evil like Ade and Yemi wanted to do to Temi. Thank you for joining us on this serene journey into the heart of Badagry's whispers. If the echoes of eternity have touched you, don't forget to subscribe for more tales that explore the timeless wonders of our world. Until next time, this is Royal Tales and More TV.